That's how the family of murdered Queensland police officer Brett Forte have described a 6-year-long inquest. The coroner finding a significant failure of leadership contributed to his death in an ambush outside Toowoomba in 2017. We're joined now by criminologist and former Detective Inspector Associate Professor Terry Goldsworthy. Terry, thanks so much for your time this morning. Now, do you believe Brett's death could have been avoided?
Yeah, certainly if you read through the coroner's report, it is quite confronting, and he has identified a number of gaps, both operationally and in intelligence holdings and acting on that intelligence, that may have led to the death being preventable. So certainly I think there's some lessons there for the Queensland Police in terms of how they do their policing, especially in those rural areas. And you know, an example of that is one of the recommendations is that there's duty officers put in place. Now, we've had district duty officers in the Gold Coast, for instance, for 15 years. I would have thought it was straightforward that every policing region would have access to the same operational and tactical management structures that you have available on the Gold Coast would be available in places like Toowoomba.
Terry, given your experience in the force, how is it that these warning signs weren't heeded?
Yeah, look, I mean, there was intelligence that wasn't put into the computer systems of the QPS in regards to machine gun firing being heard, etc. You had information siloed, information went into the wrong systems, it wasn't accessible to the police who were engaged in the pursuit. So they didn't have a full picture. I mean, they knew that Madison was armed and dangerous, but they didn't know that he was armed with a, potentially armed with an automatic rifle. So it has been a long process. 6 years is very long to wait for the findings, and I think the findings show that there's room for improvement.
In addition, I guess, to perhaps what was missed before the ambush is what came after it, and his partner and his family have made serious allegations about the way they were treated by Queensland Police following the incident. What do you think of that?
Yeah, look, I think they were just searching for answers, and I mean, as we've seen in the coroner's report, there were a number of things that didn't stack up into the initial version that was the narrative that was given out. So full kudos to them for pursuing it. I mean, it's not easy. On face value, it looks like the service didn't react well to them asking the difficult questions. I think these people were victims of crime. They're still serving police officers, and I think they're due an apology from the Commissioner, to be honest, with the way they were treated.
Yeah, I reckon too, Terry. Thank you.